Okay, spaghetti our way. No, not everybody likes this, but some people do. We do. Mama does. That's all that counts. Let's see. 2 pounds of 8515 beef and 1 pound of minced pork. Approximately 3 tablespoons of veggie oil. Let's see, 1 tablespoon of salt and half a teaspoon of black pepper. About a heaping tablespoon of garlic. 2 cups of chopped onions and 1 cup of chopped celery. Let's see, contadina tomato sauce, contadina petite sliced or diced tomatoes. Let's see, a 8-ounce thing of mushrooms. If you don't like mushrooms, you can leave them out. We love mushrooms. A squirt of fish sauce. And let's see, anything else? Oh, and there's the thing to the rescue. Ragu. And that's going to be garden combination sauce. It's the stuff that we like. Y'all can use whichever you like. We just happen to prefer ragu. And it was actually pretty good. Anyway, we'll get started by browning all the veggies first. We already have the first batch of sauteed onion and celery in there, so we're doing the rest of it here, and I'll add the garlic at the very end. I don't want to burn it. Not good to burn garlic. I don't like the taste. Just added the garlic in there. Give it a nice fast saute. I think it brings out a little bit more flavor to the veggies and everything in there when you saute them instead of just putting them in the raw and throwing everything in there at one time and trying to cook everything together. Anyway, what they say is add more layers to the flavor. I don't know, something like that. Now we have all the sauteed veggies and garlic in there, so we'll go ahead and add the ragu, and we're going to rinse that out with a little bit of water. I'm going to transfer it to the other one. I'm going to go ahead and put everything in. The nice tomatoes. You don't have to strain in the tomato sauce. And all this stuff's going to get rinsed out with a little bit of water, so we're not going to lose anything. And I'll be back shortly. And now we have everything in there, all the veggies and garlic are sauteed in there, all the ragu, all the tomato sauce and diced tomatoes. And we'll just let this cook here for a while, and I'll be browning the meat shortly. I'll put the meat in a little bit by a little bit. Okay. Chop it up nice and fine. Break it up in little bitty pieces. I'm just going to do a pound at a time. I'm going to take 2 pounds of 8515 and a pound of ground pork, minced pork, whichever you like to call it. Broken up in little bitty pieces, and for the most part cooked all the way through. Realize that when you put it back in the big pot with all the juices and everything, all the tomato sauce and everything, it's going to cook further. And you want to cook it for about at least an hour in the big pot, so everything will be more than done. Yeah, the beef and the pork in here. Just chopping it up real fine. Make sure it's nice little bitty pieces. Some big chunks, but not most of them. Like I say, this this doesn't need to be done all the way because it's going to go in the big pot with all the sauce and all that, and it's going to cook for at least an hour. So you don't have to cook this all the way through. And go ahead and put your salt and pepper in. Now, we're holding the mushrooms off to the last, right before, right after I put all this stuff in there, and let the everything marinate for a little bit, and I'll put the mushrooms in, or what they call the shrooms. And for you boys and girls who have kids, all the veggies that went in, I used to take an hour out of the day and cut them so small and saute them where they'd all break down and get in the sauce. And up until they were about 22 years old, they never realized that they were getting all their veggies too. Yes, I know I'm mean. That's what you got to do to get kids to eat sometimes. And what I usually do is get some bounty paper towels and try to soak up as much as that liquid. A lot of it's the fat, especially due to the mixed pork in there. That's a pretty good amount out. And we have the last of the ground meat and ground pork poured in the big bowl. I went ahead and added the shrooms to it. Now mix this in good till it's nice and incorporated. And then you might wind up having to add some more tomato sauce. I tried doing this from scratch without the ragu. Ragu has something in there that I've missed. I can't duplicate, and I love. I don't think it's MSG. Anyway, you let this cook down for a while. And all those veggies, even though you sauteed them, or browned them, whatever you want to call it, they release some of their water too. So it should get a little bit looser than this. The wife likes it just a little bit looser than this, not much. This is the way I like it, nice and thick. But after about an hour, we'll see if it needs something else. Instead, I'm not going to taste it until after an hour. We'll see if we need to add anything else. Okay, everything's in here, incorporated nicely. Let it simmer for about an hour. We'll come back and taste it and see what it looks like then.